start today, but yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys who are new here, my name is Levi. Now, excuse maybe the lower bit of energy. I took out caffeine for Lent, and we're on day 4 or 5. I can't remember, it's one of the two.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
And it's still just bothering me a little bit. You know, it's a habit that not only do you get into, but you're also reliant on caffeine as well. So it's been rough. But in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about why I decided after years of lifting to begin to incorporate running. A little bit of my background. I started out doing running and lifting, and then I transitioned over into just kind of lifting, and then went back into running. But the next time I went back into running, I kind of like really went up all in and really upscaled the amount of cardio that I started doing with my running. So we're gonna be talking about that today. We're gonna actually begin this video with the first thing, and that is cardio does not kill your gains. I don't know where that misconception comes from. The only thing that I've been able to draw the proper conclusion, I would say, in my opinion, is that people have poor recovery, they have a poor diet, and a lot of other poor things that leads them to believe that, right? Because when they put them together, there's no reason that their gains should diminish. And I always like to draw this example up. Soccer players and football players do so much cardio throughout the week, tons of running, and for some reason they're jacked. I always like to think of DK Metcalf because he is part of the hometown team here where I'm from, Seattle, and he's huge. Like, he's a specimen, as a lot of people know and have seen and watched football. He's insane, and he's been running his whole football career. And I think that in itself really just goes to disprove a lot of what people say about, you know, oh, muscle kills your gains. I would like to say I'm even an example as well. Again, I think it's people's just poor diet, poor recovery, because those things will have diminished returns on your gains. And so I don't think a lot of people, you know, like to admit like, oh, I'm not disciplined in my recovery, I'm not disciplined in my diet, but I think that's the reality. So I don't know where the whole cardio kills your gains came from. Maybe it's like a bodybuilder thing, because when they're getting ready for a show, you know, they're starting to lose a lot of weight, maybe even some muscle, but that's more so from the calorie deficit, not more so from the cardio aspect. Too sure where that's, again, exactly from, but that's the only speculation I can make. But today we got chest. Coming back off a wrist injury, we upped the weight today. We're gonna see how I'm feeling. I should be good with 185. I was doing the 135 last week, so it'll be interesting to see how 130 or 185 moves today. So when you're doing flies, you don't want to curl in and use all of the bicep. And I can see Rory over there. We've had this conversation before where he talks about me. He's like, there's few noises I hear in the gym. There's someone moaning, you talking about something informative, and something else. But anyway, so when you're doing flies, you want to make sure you're going out and squeezing with the chest rather than then coming in with the bicep, because you'll use a lot more of your bicep, and that's how a lot of my tendonitis will get really
really inflamed from doing that in a bad way. The tendon is more so specifically what I'm talking about in terms of what actually gets inflamed. So you gotta be careful, make sure you're going out instead of coming in like that, because then you're gonna be working much more of your biceps rather than your chest. We also have triceps right now after this, and that'll pretty much be it for the workout. I'm probably not gonna record that. I'm just gonna get through and run through this workout. I'm running behind a little bit today, so we gotta hurry up and get this done. Whew. Oh, I gotta get ready for this run. All right, so for today's run, we are gonna be doing a 5-mile run. We're gonna be doing a tempo run though. So we're gonna be doing 3 minutes on at about 8 minute, 7 minutes and 30 second per mile pace. And then every 1 minute, we're just gonna be doing a fast brisk walk. So 3 minutes on, 1 minute off for the whole duration of the 5 miles. So before we get going, another reason that I got back into doing running and or cardio, this video is predominantly more so kind of about cardio, but also about running to some degree because some of the other points I have to mention, so that's why it's about running. But this applies to all aspects of cardio, which I'm about to mention, and that is when you do cardio, it can actually help to improve your lifts and your gains. And you might be thinking, well, how is that? So when you begin to do cardio, your body goes through an adaptation that allows your capillaries in your body to expand. When they expand, that allows for more blood flow because capillaries carry blood through them and they help actually transport blood throughout the body. So think about it, if they expand, that allows for more blood to go through that is carrying more oxygen and more ATP that you can utilize during your workouts. Now, I do want to mention there is a limit to how much cardio you can do during the week that can begin to deteriorate from your gains, but that's going to take a lot of freaking cardio, like a lot of you guys probably won't even do that amount of cardio. You know, if you're trying to balance running and lifting, you guys probably won't want to run. I would say it probably takes, you know, running 35-40 miles a week, you know, to actually maybe see a hindrance on your gains. But even then, I think it's still maintainable. But regardless, that's one huge adaptation that your body goes through from, you know, doing cardio, and having that extra blood flow during your workouts aside from running or doing cardio will help improve your lifts because your body is able to supply itself with more ATP and more oxygen because of that increase in blood flow. Not only that, but you want your heart muscle to be healthy. I mean, come on, like think about it. I think it's just kind of common sense. Like the more healthy your heart is and more efficient it is at pumping blood, the better your workouts are going to be because it's able to transport blood a lot easier throughout your body because it's strengthened. I just felt like that's a common sense thing. I'm surprised that people don't think about it enough, but I was one of those people before. So I'm gonna quit jaw jocking because I warmed up and I gotta get going. Our 1 minute break block here in just a second. And this is like my 8 millionth time recording this because this road, which is never busy, is jam-packed full with cars. It's like National Drive on the road Levi's running day today, I swear. But anyway, some of you guys know, if you guys have been viewers of the channel for a while, I struggle with an anxiety disorder. And the way I like to explain this is that, look, I'm not an anxious individual, like in my own conscious well-being. Like I don't find myself worrying about the future too much or worrying about the present. I really don't. But my brain is stuck in this bad thing that happened in the past. And it's just a habit for my brain. It's just used to being in that anxiety-provoked state of mind. And so I'm bringing this up because running has actually helped improve this quite immensely. There's been so many studies that show that running helps so much with your mental well-being. We are now into our 1 minute training block. And I could fit this into any area of cardio because cardio, any type, does have benefits on your mental well-being. But the reason I'm primarily pointing out running is because when you're running, you're outside And there's so many benefits to being outside on your mental well-being, like increasing serotonin and so many things. So more specifically for this, I'm talking about running. Yes, any type of cardio will help your mental well-being, but I think there's so many more benefits to running, and I've definitely noticed an improvement, whether it's the endorphins that I'm getting or the serotonin and other things I'm getting from outside, not including vitamin D. That's one thing that we all need, and I don't get too much of it here because I live in Washington State, but definitely something I thought I'd recommend. Not recommend, but state. We are done. Beautiful meal right here. So I ran out of my meal prep. I usually have some chopped up chicken and rice, but I'm having leftovers from last night. This amazing salmon that my mom made. We got some potatoes with some seasoning on them. I don't know what they're seasoned with. Yogurt, and then we also have this blueberry pancake protein powder by Transparent Labs. It literally just tastes like, imagine strawberry milk, but it's just blueberry milk. That's what it tastes like. It's not my favorite flavor, but it's pretty neutral, so I feel like it would work well in smoothies. It'd also work pretty well if you made like a protein pancake mix that you have a recipe for and it calls for protein. I think that that would be a good use for it, but I don't really use it for that, so I just mix it up and drink it with some water because I'm just built that way. Apparently, people usually drink their protein powder with like milk or some sort of other alternative. I didn't know it was weird to drink it with water. It's what I'm so used to. We're also having some electrolytes that are over there after the run. Always good to have those after my run. If you guys want any Transparent Labs supplements, code Levi will save you 10% off. But yeah, this is a nice, good post-workout meal that we're having today. Definitely a little more exquisite than I'm used to. But last reason why I started getting back into running is I hate being out of shape, and running is just the one thing that I prefer to get me back into shape again. You can use what I'm talking about on a lot in this video for cardio in general, but being out of shape sucks, and running is very applicable to playing sports. You know, like I like to play pickup games with my buddies every now and again, and so, you know, being in shape really helps. You know, it sucked back when I wasn't doing a lot of cardio and I was just out of shape. You know, like I looked in shape to some degree because I wasn't overeating and I had some muscle on me, but at the end of the day, it just sucks, you know, because you can't perform that well in the sports and you feel like absolute dog crap. So that's one reason as to why I think that everyone that lifts should get into running, or, you know, just, again, any sort of cardio that's going to just help your heart to perform in other areas of life. So that is it. That's also going to do it for this video. Hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press the subscribe button because you guys know I will be back. And as always, God trying to do what you love. This guy's. See you on the next one.